Breaking news, breaking news, breaking news. It looks like the Juan Soto Yankee trade is complete. Here we go. Let's get to it, everyone. Let's get to it. Welcome again. Of course this happened. We just entered our stream like, what, 20 minutes ago? And here we are. I knew this was going to happen. I knew it was going to happen. I should have probably just stayed live. But what can you do? But here we are. Looks like we have something happening, right? I said this pretty much all day. A deal is pretty much done. It just needs to get ironed out. But it looks like we are reaching a conclusion here. So let's just get right to it here. And there it is from Jeff Passan. Jeff Passan, once you hear it from Passan's mouth, it is done. There it is. The Yankees have acquired Juan Soto from Jeff Passan himself. Everyone, if you can, share the show, like the show, really help us out here. That's going to really help out with the algorithm, really help us out with the algorithm here, everyone. If you can, share it on Twitter. Really get this out there. And my goodness, Eduardo Rodriguez is now going to the Arizona Diamondbacks. We've got some news all over the place right now. All over the place right now. Oh, my goodness. Here we go. Hold on, everyone. I'm just sharing the show real quick. Just getting it out there to the people. My goodness, I cannot think straight right now. Here we go. Here we go. All right, everyone. Let's get to it here. What is going on? My fingers are not working. Alrighty. There we go. There we go. All right, we got 300 people in here. We got 300 people. It is official for the most part. We don't have the exact details right now, but Jeff Passan saying the deal is done. Just waiting on the names coming back. You got to imagine, based off of all the reports that we've gotten, probably Michael King, Drew Thor, probably going to get Randy Vasquez, probably going to get Johnny Brito in there. Could it be one or the other? Jack Curry was also saying that they're looking for possibly a catcher in the deal. Could that be Kyle Higashioka in there? We'll have to wait and see. But right now, we do know Juan Soto is a Yankee. As of 2 minutes ago, we did have Joel Sherman say the deal was done about 15 minutes ago. But I always wait for Passan personally. And John Heyman is now saying that Juan Soto himself has been informed that he is a Yankee. Juan Soto is a Yankee. We're just getting caught up here, everyone. Just getting caught up here. We got a super chat coming in. Zach G, $1.99. Pop the champagne. Oh, man, he's a Yankee. Oh, Juan Soto's a Yankee. I hate this. I hate it here. Oh, goodness gracious. I hate it here. I hate it here. Juan Soto heading to the Yankees, everyone. I know I'm late on this. We already got some streams live out there. We already got people in Ball Cap stream. We got probably some other streams out there. We are definitely late to the party. My goodness. We're basically picking up the bits left behind. So, unfortunately, not expecting a ton of people in here because pretty much everyone is over. Probably, you got Ball Cap stream right now. But either way, we are covering the news here. John Morosi He's tweeting out, Juan Soto blockbuster is complete. It's about time. It's about time, honestly. This needed to happen. This is exactly what the Yankees needed to do. There's no surprise here. When it comes to the Yankees, they were the best fit, right? We've seen some other teams, like we've seen the Blue Jays popped up, but to me, the Blue Jays weren't really that fit for him. When it came to a fit for Soto, not just team-wise, not just team need-wise, but the package of players, right? The Blue Jays, sure, you had guys like Tiedemann, but they didn't really have anything else, right? Major league ready guys. It didn't make sense. When the Blue Jays popped up in those reports, it never made sense to me, right? So the Yankees, when you just looked at what they had to offer, it just made so much sense, for the Yankees to really offer all that, with what they had to offer. It just was a good match, right? So still waiting on the players involved. My guess, again, it's going to be Michael King, Drew Thorpe, going to get some other little pieces. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw some other little pieces pop up as well. Maybe some lower level prospects possibly included in this. Everyone, if you can, please hit that like button for us right now. We are really up against the algorithm right now. We are getting wrecked by other streams at the moment when it comes to the Juan Soto trades or the trade streams. I can't even think straight right now. My brain is like not working. But yeah, we're getting wrecked by other streams right now. So the algorithm, we need some help there. All you got to do is hit that like button for me. This is I'm like kind of kicking myself because we were live like literally 15 minutes ago. I should have just stayed on, but we're basically getting all of the reactions flooding in. We're getting all of the news flooding in right now. Nightingale saying all of the details of the Padres elated with the return. The Yankees are thrilled to have their slugger. They should be. They should be. This is exactly what they needed. They needed something else. And the one thing with Soto, I think a lot of people underrate, is that he's very durable. Right? This is a guy that's going to play pretty much a full season for you every single year. A very durable guy, right? So, with Judge, right? Judge is amazing when he's healthy, but there's just so many times you can't count on Aaron Judge. You just can't do it. Martino's got the trade package. Let's get back to Martino here. Do I have notifications turned on for Martino? I don't think I have the notifications turned on for Martino. There we go. But here we go. Oh, okay. All right. So, yeah, it's pretty much the exact package that we've been seeing, right, that we've been getting reports on. So, Andy Martino here. King, Thorpe, Vasquez, Brito, Higashioka for Soto and Grisham. So, let's pull up the trade here. We were going over some trades earlier, and here we go. So, let's put Juan Soto on the Yankees. And if you were with us earlier, it's not any different than what we were just looking at, right? So, let's get the Padres pulled up. And with just the players, it is going to be rejected by the simulator, right? It's going to be rejected. But there is one thing to keep in mind, and if you didn't hear me talk about it earlier, I'll talk about it again here. So, but here we go. We got Michael King, we got Drew Thorpe, we got Johnny Brito, we got Randy Vasquez, and we got Higashioka as well. Right. And honestly, and I said this earlier as well, this is a really nice package. Really nice package for the Padres, with the cards that were dealt to them, with the situation that they were in. I honestly think this is the best possible outcome, right? They got a lot here for Juan Soto, man. Got a lot when it comes to values, right? And one more time, let's put Juan Soto here on the Yankees. So as you can see, as well as Trent Grisham, and we talked about Grisham as well, that's going to improve their defense out there. The Yankees were not good defensively last year in their outfield, right? So looking at this, the trade is rejected by baseball trade values. But there's one thing to keep in mind, right? The Yankees, what they're also getting that's not going to be listed here, Juan Soto, most likely, they will offer him the qualifying offer. And when he rejects that qualifying offer, they're going to get a compensation pick. And that compensation pick for the draft is going to be worth around $3-4 million. So if I put in just $3 million of cash here going to the Yankees, right? And if I go to validate the trade now it's considered a major overpay, right? So if you are counting that compensation pick that they would get if he leaves, this trade is approved by the simulator. But for the Yankees, my guess is that this guy is going to be a lifetime Yankee. I think it's inevitable. I think he's going to end up signing a long-term deal. Who knows when? Could it be by the All-Star break or just next offseason? That's just what I think. I think he's going to end up being a Yankee for life. Passan, he's got something here. What has Passan got? Anything else? And then obviously, and then the Diamondback. Foolish baseball. I got to love it, man. Bailey giving his reaction. Wow. So, but we also just got Eduardo Rodriguez going to the Diamondbacks. That's a huge move. Jeimer Candelario is popping up. Why couldn't all this stuff happen at the winter meetings today? Goodness gracious. We got Jeimer Candelario popping up in here. We got a busy stream going on right now. Holy cow, we got some news flooding in. Jeimer Candelario is popping up. My stuff is not refreshing right now. Did that tweet just get deleted? Like, what is even happening right now? So Eduardo Rodriguez going to the Diamondbacks. That's a great move. John Morosi. I don't know why. Why is John Morosi not coming up for me here? So John Morosi saying Jeimer Candelario is engaged in ongoing discussions with the Reds. That's interesting. And Cincinnati has emerged as the leader to sign Candelario. If Candelario joins the Reds, they're likely to trade an infielder by opening day. That's interesting. So looking at the Reds, I mean, you put him at third, right? So what's going to happen with Noelvi Marte? I mean, Candelario could also play some first, but you got CES over there, Christian Encarnacion Strand. I would think Candelario would play third, but what do you do with Marte? I mean, we've already gotten reports not too long ago that India is not going to be traded. Are they trying to increase leverage for India? Will India end up getting moved? I would imagine something's going to happen with India, or maybe they could end up moving possibly someone like Spencer Steer in a package. But then again, Spencer Steer's out in left field, so what's that going to do? Could you maybe move Matt McClain? I wouldn't move Matt McClain. I think that dude's great. So I don't know. Does Noelvi Marte end up getting put into a deal? Everyone, if you can, we're approaching 700 people in the chat. Everyone, like the stream, like the show. We are reacting to this. But we just had this news coming in about Soto. I know people are probably joining and thinking, why is this guy talking about the Reds? Right? So, but we got a flurry of deals coming in right now, or at least a flurry of news. Right? Yeah, Michael King is the leading piece of the Padres. I think that's great. We just talked about it earlier. Michael King, that's basically going to be replacing Seth Lugo in the rotation. Is that necessarily, going to make up for the loss of Blake Snell? I mean, they're going to have to definitely do some more work there, right? But they're going to take a hit there if Snell ends up not coming back. But King definitely helps. But at the end of the day, though, for the Yankees, this is massive. This is massive for the Yankees. Juan Soto and Trent Grisham. And I think Trent Grisham, at the end of the day, that's going to be really big for their outfield, right? Now you have a lot of outfielders, right? You got Juan Soto. You got Alex Verdugo, who just came over yesterday. You got Judge. What happens, with some of these other guys, right? You got Pereira. I'm just saying, you got a lot of outfielders now for the Yankees, and then you're going to have Jason Dominguez come back eventually. So, what ends up happening there? But right now, you are going to have Judge out in left. I would imagine Fangraphs, once they get on here and start updating things, you're probably, I don't know, like Yankee fans, let me know. Would you rather have Aaron Judge out in center field, or would you rather have Verdugo out in center field and keep Judge out in right? You know, Verdugo was a full-time right fielder last year for the Red Sox. But then, I don't know, Yankee fans, let me know. Would you want Aaron Judge in center? You know, after what's going on with, you know, what happened with him last year with the toe? You know? Joey P., I see you in the chat. Judge in center field. Yeah, I could see that. He's good out in center field, right? It's just a matter of, I look at the durability thing. All right, Andy Martino, you got a lot going on right now, everyone. Holy cow. There's a lot happening right now. A lot of tweets coming out. My phone is going crazy right now. My desk is literally buzzing at all of the tweets that are coming in. So Andy Martino saying, now they try for Yamamoto. No guarantees, but the Yankees are willing to spend for it. Listen. If they're tapping into the George Steinbrenner ways, look out for the Yankees, man. Listen, you know, Hal Steinbrenner, listen, the way they've been doing things for the last few years, last 5 years even, sorry, but George Steinbrenner would grab him by the collar on his shirt like, what the heck are you doing? This looks like a George Steinbrenner kind of a move. Honestly. And then you go out and then you get Yamamoto. And that's massive. That's going to be huge, right? If you get Judge for a full season of health, get Carlos Rodon back on track, and you have Yamamoto in there. Let's say Yamamoto at the least ends up being like a 4-win, 4 to 5 Fangraph WAR kind of a guy. I mean, my goodness. Like, and you got Judge for a full season. Soto, he's going to give you at least 5 on the Fangraph WAR. I mean, the Yankees could end up being really good next year, right? Remember, they had 82 wins this past year. You add 5 with Soto, add a couple more from Judge if he's fully healthy, get Carlos Rodon turned around. That ends up maybe being like a 3-win, 3 Fangraph WAR kind of a guy. Yamamoto gives you, let's say, at minimum 3. Right? And all of a sudden, the Yankees are back to being like a 95-win team. I'm just saying. I don't know. I don't like this right now. As a Sox fan, I hate this. Everyone, keep hitting that like button. We're almost up to 800 people. Can we get to 1,000 people in this chat? We were really behind a lot of other streams out there. We're already live. My goodness. We got some work to do. We got to get some people out here. All you got to do is hit that like for me, everyone. All you got to do is hit that like for me. Really helps with the algorithm. But here we go. Now, all these reports are coming out, man. All these reports. So, and then we got the Diamondbacks agreeing on the deal with Eduardo Rodriguez. And I'm not surprised this ended up happening tonight with Eduardo Rodriguez because we had been seeing the reports, right, that he was down to 2 teams. It seemed like there was some momentum building, right? John Heyman's actually saying here there's a vesting option for Eduardo Rodriguez that could put it to almost $100 million, right? Feinstein said 99. Guys are going crazy right now. Why couldn't this happen during the winter meetings? Why did we have to wait until everyone's starting to go home and getting on planes and going to, baseball scout dinners and stuff? Like, why couldn't all this just happen in the last couple of days? It's been a snooze fest of a winter meetings. But let's keep updating here. But again, if you are just coming in, the package, it's exactly what it had been reported. Soto, Grisham for King, Thorpe, Vasquez, Brito, and Higashioka. Let's see if Fangraphs... I'm very surprised Fangraphs has not already updated this. Usually they are so much quicker than this. I am shocked that Fangraphs has not updated this. Fangraphs, are you awake? What are you doing? I have seen them do way quicker updates. So, UGA rules. That's a great question. Who won the trade? Well, right now, the Yankees get their superstar player. And if you're seeing here, I do have cash listed here, but it's not actual cash. This is representing the compensation pick when Soto becomes a free agent, right, and they offer him the qualifying offer. This would be the compensation pick that the Yankees would get. So I am including it here. And when you do include that, right, it is considered a major overpay. Without the draft pick, the simulator on baseball trade values actually rejects it, right? So that's just one thing to consider. So that is something to, include there, right? Because Soto could absolutely just end up leaving and just sign with another team in free agency. Let's see what ends up happening. I think Juan Soto ends up being with the Yankees for the rest of his career. I think he's a lifetime Yankee. When I think of guys over all the years that I've watched my Red Sox playing the Yankees, Juan Soto is going to go down as a GOAT. The Yankees have had many GOATs. It just makes so much sense for Juan Soto to be a Yankee for the rest of his career. I'm just saying. I think they end up getting something done. Scott Boras right now, this guy's doing cartwheels. Wherever the heck Scott Boras is right now, that dude is doing cartwheels because he knows at the very least the Yankees are going to approach him and Soto about a massive deal. Boras already knows that Soto's going to get a massive deal, but when it comes to the Yankees here, it's the Yankees. You're going to get some big bucks. I think what ends up happening, my guess, and I've been saying this for a long time, right? Now the question is going to be what happens with an extension. That is now going to be, I think, the news that people are going to talk about, right? Soto is eventually, I wonder if they do introduce him in like some kind of a press conference. I would imagine they would, right? It is Juan Soto. He's one of the best players in the game. So I would think they would introduce him in a press conference, right? I guarantee that's going to be a question. And of course, he's going to answer it exactly the way that, Scott Boras is going to want him to answer it. We'll talk about that when the time comes. And, I'm just happy to be here. I'm happy to be a Yankee, yada, 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 yada. So, but that is going to be a question on a lot of people's minds. And the one reason I think the Yankees might look to try and get something done, and I wonder if Soto ends up doing this. Probably not. But I wonder, maybe you could think Soto maybe is thinking this way. Maybe after a little bit, he's there for a couple of months. He's liking the vibes. He's liking New York. He's liking where he is. He likes the organization. Maybe he thinks, you know what? I like it here. I want to sign here for a long time, right? Just to get the distraction out of the way, right? Because you got to be thinking here, you're in Yankee land. Everyone's thinking playoffs. Everyone's thinking postseason. Everyone's thinking championships. Does Juan Soto want to have this cloud over his head? Does he want to have that inevitable free agency on his mind? Does he maybe just want to think about baseball, right? If the Yankees are going to approach him with a massive deal, if they come to Soto and they start off at like 450, 460, I don't see why Soto turns away, right? You could probably look into the negotiations at that point. So, Robert, I don't know. I don't think Soto gets the 500. I think it ends up being like 450, 475. That'd be crazy if he got 500, right? Yeah, he did turn down 450. Remember, that was over 13 years, right? And I believe a lot of that was that backloaded? I feel like a lot of that was backloaded. So that is something to consider as well. But yeah, something to think about. I think if the Yankees, if they go to him and say, hey, let's start off at 470. Let's get a deal done, right? I wonder. Either way, though, no matter what, I think eventually, offseason, even if it gets to that point, he'll end up being a Yankee. I just think that's the way it's going to be. So, as for the Padres, let's talk about the Padres. You're getting a guy, Michael King, showed a lot of promise as a starter last year. You have him under control for 2 years. He's going to be very cheap. That's a good addition for the San Diego Padres, in my opinion. You're getting a good pitching prospect in Drew Thorpe. Drew Thorpe is a really good prospect for them to get, and he's getting pretty close to being major league ready. Brito, Vasquez, these are more depth kind of guys. So, and baseball trade values, they're now actually tweeting out some things. And let's see what they're saying. All right, let's go to baseball trade values. Let's see their comments. So, again, I'll comment on this one more time from my point of view. I did include the draft pick compensation in here for the qualifying offer. With that, if you are thinking of it that way, it is approved by the simulator as a major overpay. But let's go to the comments from baseball trade values, right? Let me actually pull these up here. And here we go. Let's see what John over at BTV has to say. Here we go. Today, the Yankees acquired Juan Soto and Trent Grisham from the Padres for Michael King, Drew Thorpe, Johnny Brito, Randy Vasquez, and Kyle Higashioka. The deal is rejected by our model. King has 2 years of team control, and he's only projected to earn about $6.5 million over that span. The model projects him to be worth about $40 million over those years. That makes sense compared to the market. He projects better than Nick Martinez, who got 2 years, 26 from Cincinnati. Meanwhile, Soto is set to earn $33 million in 2024. That's part of the acquisition cost for the Yankees. The model projects him for a $24 million surplus on top of that, essentially saying he'd earn $57 million on a 1-year deal if he were a free agent. That's unprecedented in free agency. He goes on to add here, from that free agent valuation perspective, those values make logical sense. Then the Yankees added in 4 additional players worth $22.6 million, along with Grisham being around $10 million joining Soto. So we're comfortable calling this an overpay rather than a miss by the model. He goes on to say, but that doesn't make it a bad deal. The Yankees are under significant pressure to build a winner, and there's only one Juan Soto available. If the Padres insisted on getting King, the Yankees couldn't let that kill a deal. $33 million cash obviously does not mean the same thing to the 2024 Padres as it does to the Yankees. That's a good point, too. That's a very good point. $33 million, if that's what Juan Soto is going to earn, it's not the same thing between the two teams. $33 million is a burden for the Padres, but $33 million, that is fine with the Yankees, right? That's a lot of money, and they know that, right? But it's the Yankees. So that's a really good way to think about it, too. So, Orlando, I'm sorry. You just got here. He says to start all over. I'll do my best to backtrack. But in the end, I do think overall, like, while without the draft pick, I mean, yeah, it's rejected by the simulator. But honestly, I am personally considering that qualifying offer to be part of it, because that's the way the Yankees are looking at it. You get 1 year of Juan Soto for $33 million. And then if he ends up leaving, well, you got the draft pick too. You got a year of Soto, and then you got the draft pick. So that's the way I look at it personally. Nando 390, Padres got fleeced. I'm going to disagree. Yeah, from an MLB The Show point of view, from a video game point of view, you're really liking Juan Soto now. You're really liking Juan Soto on your team. But I think for the Padres, they got the best possible package that they could get. They did. I mean, look how much they got, right? Again, you're looking at the values. You're not looking at just the players, right? You're looking at the entire situation, right? Years of control, salary, yada, yada, yada. Michael King, he's not making a lot of money next year, and he's bringing you good production. That means good value. Drew Thorpe, that's a solid pitching prospect. That's very good. Johnny Brito, Randy Vasquez, I think these are two guys They're going to give you some depth. And look at the Padres. They just got 3 guys for their pitching staff. That's really good for the Padres, and that's what they really needed. Fangraphs, what are you doing right now? Why is Juan Soto not in this lineup? Fangraphs, wake up. What are we doing? Fangraphs, oh my goodness, you guys are sleeping at the wheel. But looking at the Padres here, oh my, they are so quick about updating this, and for the Juan Soto move, they're not updating it. What is going on? But if you're looking here, you're going to have Joe Musgrove, Yu Darvish, Michael King, and I would imagine, Brito is probably going to be in this rotation. What do you do with, does Vasquez, probably Vasquez is going to be more of a bullpen kind of a guy. Yeah, I could definitely see Brito in the rotation for them, right? Well, maybe you end up putting Randy Vasquez in the rotation. I could definitely see something like that. So if we're looking at the numbers with Randy Vasquez as well as Johnny Brito, they're very similar. When you actually look at their numbers, they're like insanely similar. Taking a look. We're getting a lot of subscribers coming in. We're almost at 900 people. Everyone, can you help us get to 1,000 people? Hit the crap out of that like button. Like Juan Soto is going to hit the crap out of baseballs against my Red Sox, and I hate it here. Goodness gracious. Randy Vasquez last year had the 2.87 ERA over 5 starts and 11 games overall, so not a big sample size. FIP was at a 4.98. The big thing you're getting with Randy Vasquez is a big curveball from him, right? Throws from the right side, but that's pretty much all Randy Vasquez has going for him. Has an okay fastball. He's going to sit, probably like 93, 95, maybe pump it up a little bit more. So, Randy Vasquez, I could see him being more of a bullpen guy. And then Johnny Brito, the one thing with Brito that he has going on, he has a really good changeup. He's got really good command. So that's where I personally see Brito as more of a rotation kind of a guy. I could be wrong. Could be wrong on that. But they're very similar pitchers, right? A little different, but when it comes to the overall numbers, pretty similar, I think. Brito definitely had more innings, obviously. But Randy Vasquez, just looking at their numbers overall, Vasquez had a 4.98 FIP. Brito had a 4.74. So I think they're going to be depth pieces for the Padres. But that's what the Padres need. They need pitchers, right? They need pitching. And I think this is a really good move when you're looking at what they're doing for their own goals. This is a good move for the Padres. Yeah, it sucks losing Juan Soto. Absolutely sucks losing him, right? But for what they were up against when it came to payroll, lack of pitching, this is a really good move for the Padres. Let's see how it turns out, right? But the one thing with the Padres that we can remember here, you still have a really good team without Juan Soto. You got really good guys in this lineup. You still got Bogarts from last year, right? Still got Machado from a few years ago. Those are your big signings on free agency. And then you got Fernando Tatis Jr., right? You got Ha-Seong Kim. I still really like this Padres team. All right? I still like the lineup, even without Juan Soto, right? And then, now you're looking at the rotation. Yeah, it's missing Blake Snell. It's not as sexy of a rotation as it was with Blake Snell, but I think if Musgrove is healthy over the full season, Darvish is healthy over the full season, and now you got Michael King, that's a pretty good 1-2-3. They need to go out, I think, and still go get some pitching. Vasquez and Brito, in my opinion, they're not going to push the needle, right? And Mario Kart, Tatis, going to have a bounce-back year. Listen, I'm telling you right now, I think Fernando Tatis Jr., I'm looking at this guy as an MVP candidate. I really am. I'm really comparing Tatis Jr. a lot with Ronald Acuna Jr., right? Remember Ronald Acuna Jr.? He came back from injury. It wasn't really Ronald Acuna-like last year, right, in 2022. But then in 2023, oh my, Ronald Acuna Jr. just set the world on fire, right? I could see the same thing for Fernando Tatis Jr. I really can. And I actually wonder if maybe this makes the Padres guys maybe even a bit more motivated, right? You're losing Juan Soto, and they're like, all right, let's go, boys. We can do this without him. Let's do it. We can get this done. I wonder if maybe this Padres team could, and I wouldn't say better, but like I wonder if maybe it helps them in a way, maybe come together a little bit more. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking nonsense, but, I don't know. But in the end, I do like this move for the Padres. Yeah, I'd love for them to keep Juan Soto, but if this is what they were going up against when it came to payroll, then yeah, I think this was a fine move, right? They did, in my opinion, the absolute best that they could have done, right? You go back to when they made the trade initially for Juan Soto with the Nationals, right? Remember, I guarantee I'm going to see one person talking about this. They were not going to get the same package. They were not going to get the same package, right? Because Juan Soto a couple of years ago, he had multiple years of control, right? So that's how the Nationals got an absolute haul, right? And let's see how that goes for the Nationals in the next couple of years. Let's see if those young guys end up really blossoming for them. For the Padres, they knew in this situation they were not going to get that same return, right? It's just pure economics at the end of the day, right? You only have Soto for a year. He's going to be hitting free agency. Just so happens this guy is going to be a major free agent on the market. So they did the best they could, and I actually give A.J. Preller a lot of credit here because you got 4 pitchers. That's insane. 4 pitchers. King, Thorpe, Brito, Vasquez. That's a lot of pitching, man. So, hey, I give credit to the Padres. And for the Yankees, at the end of the day, you got your guy. You landed your dude. This is exactly what they needed. Absolutely exactly what they needed, right? So, in the end, I think the Yankees are a better team, right? Now you got a guy that's going to be durable for you for the entire season. He's always healthy. Juan Soto is always in that lineup. Aaron Judge, if he ends up playing a full season, that's going to be really good. Who knows? Maybe if you can get Stanton going a little bit. Honestly, it's a dream scenario. Somehow get rid of Stanton, but he's not going anywhere. But if maybe Stanton, you can get more out of him, let's see. Verdugo ends up giving you something. DJ LeMahieu. Let's see if they can get DJ LeMahieu turned around, right? Listen, we can talk about adding some of these guys into this lineup, but these guys that are already there, they're going to have to put their foot on the pedal a little bit. They got to start stepping this up. Like DJ LeMahieu, this was a guy for them a couple of years ago that was really good. And look at him last year. Only hit 243, a 390 slugging. You got to get more out of DJ LeMahieu. Aaron Judge, yeah, he missed some time last year. A full season out of him, that would be amazing. Stanton, I mean, goodness, if you can get Stanton to hitting maybe like 250, 240 even, get that slugging back in the 500s or close to it, I mean, that's massive. So they have to get these guys that are already there back on track. And then you look at the pitching. Carlos Rodon, so far that's a bust, right? Goodness, Fangraphs, you're killing me. I hate looking at Michael King right there. I think Fangraphs fell asleep. I think they took a nap. I think they went to bed, right? But Carlos Rodon, if you get him turned around, that's going to be huge for the pitching staff, right? That's going to be massive. Rodon next year is projected for a 3.1 Fangraph WAR. I think that's reasonable. Flob, $2 super chat. Soto protecting Judge is going to be insane. Yeah, that's going to be massive. That's a huge 1-2 punch. Judge and Soto, are you kidding me? You could end up seeing a really good season out of Aaron Judge. I mean, look at that. Judge batting second. Soto batting third. I mean, come on. I mean, look at the season that Judge could end up having. Judge could end up having a monster season with Soto backing him up. I mean, good grief. For me personally, Yankee fans, let me know what you would do. Verdugo, I think you could put Verdugo in the leadoff spot. LeMahieu, right now, I kind of don't trust LeMahieu as the leadoff guy. I don't know. Verdugo was a leadoff guy last year with the Red Sox. He had a bad second half, but he was really good in the first half. I could see Verdugo in the leadoff spot. So if you had a lineup of Verdugo, Judge, Soto, then in the cleanup spot, who could you have back cleanup? Could he just keep Gleyber Torres there in the cleanup spot? Maybe Stanton. Rizzo bats 6th probably. Volpe bats 7th. And who knows? And that's another one too. I think one guy that's been a little quiet here, maybe Volpe ends up really taking a step forward next year, right? Volpe, a 1.9 Fangraph WAR. Let's get a little bit more out of Anthony Volpe. Let's get that slugging up a little bit. Let's get the on base up a little bit. Look out for Anthony Volpe. I think Anthony Volpe has a chance after getting a full season in. Look out for him. Like, he can end up being really good for them. I'll be honest with you. I think Anthony Volpe, not a lot of people are paying attention to how good of a year he could end up having, right? A full season in the major leagues for him, I think that really could go a long way, right? This Yankee lineup could be really good. I mean, look out. Look at the year that they just had this past year. This lineup was just butt cheeks, right? And now one addition in Juan Soto could really turn things around. This is going to be massive. But I think the key for the Yankees, no matter who you add, you have to get your guys already there to start stepping it up a little bit, all right? Rotation, you got to have Rodon step up. Even Schmidt. Nestor Cortez, you got to get him turned around. You got to get these guys back on track, right? And that's what Aaron Judge was kind of saying that at the end of last year, right? They got to do things differently, right? I do think the Yankees, look out for them when it comes to Yamamoto. I think that's scary, man. But you got to think of it this way. You just brought in Juan Soto. Look at what now you have to pitch for Yamamoto when it comes to that meeting. All of a sudden, the Yankees with Juan Soto look a lot more attractive now for Yoshinobu Yamamoto, right? You go sit down at that meeting. When you didn't have Soto, right, you're saying to Yamamoto, hey, we got Judge, we got Cole, we got some other guys. Yeah, all right, okay, that sounds pretty good, right? Now you got Soto. Hey, we got Judge, we got Soto. That's a 1-2 punch right in the middle of that lineup. That could end up being one of the best 1-2 punches in the history of the game. Look at the guys like David Ortiz and Manny Ramirez. Excuse my giraffe, Nick Robbie. But that's the kind of level that you could have those two. Yamamoto might find that extremely attractive, right? I'm just saying. Andrew Lee, don't you do that to me. Don't you do that to me. Just imagine Robbie ends his stream and Ohtani signs. I would lose it. I would absolutely lose it. I would hate everything. I would probably run into traffic, to be completely honest with you. But let's check Twitter land. Let's check to see what's going on here. Any other news coming in? What else do we got? What do we got? Also, everyone, hey, follow me on Xland. Go follow me there. I'm always talking nonsense over there. Here we go. All right, what do we got here? What do we got? From Yankees videos, we asked Juan Soto at the All-Star game what he loves about playing in New York. Says here, the crowd is incredible. All the things they yell at you when you go there, how they support you, and they boo you at the same time. It's crazy. Juan Soto is such a Yankee, man. He's such a Yankee. I mean, look at the guy. That dude's a Yankee. He's already clean-shaven. Never really has a beard. That dude is such a Yankee. What else we got? Padres have officially announced the trade. Juan Soto's a Yankee. Yeah, not really seeing a whole lot else right now. Not really seeing a whole lot else. It's Cola, $2 super chat. Mets will get Yamamoto. Hey, they definitely made a good pitch. They went out to Japan, and they actually talked to the dude right to his face in Japan. Not bad if you ask me. Let's go to the Yankees here. What did they put? Oh my goodness. Look at this. Look at this. Welcome home, Juan Soto. Oh boy. That is something. I'm going to be honest with you. That scares the crap out of me. But they also had a little something here. For all the memories, for all the contributions to the Yankees universe, for all the heart and hustle, thank you. All right. Michael King, Brito, Vasquez, Higashioka. People liked Higashioka there, man. People liked Higashioka. Oh, dude, that's so funny. Oh, my God, look at this tweet. This is hilarious. Oh, my God, look at this freaking tweet from the Yankees 19 minutes ago. Juan Soto appears headed to the Yankees. I'll give the Yankees Twitter credit right there. I'll give them some credit. Not bad. Juan Soto heading to the Yankees. That's clearly a joke. Let's keep that in mind. That's a joke, right? They're referring to John Heyman, right? To the mistake that he made, the arson judge mistake, right? But look at that. Juan Soto going to the Yankees. Dude, Yankees fans are so happy right now, and it makes me sick. Makes me absolutely sick. I want to vomit. I hate the Yankees. I can't stand them. I want to run into traffic right now. I'm going to go find the nearest cliff and just go jump off it. I hate it here. Goodness gracious. Juan Soto is a freaking Yankee. Kill me. It's actually setting in now. We have to go up against Juan Soto. How many times? How many games again? What is it again? It's like, how many games do you play each other in division now? 8? Oh, kill me. Flop, great point. The Red Sox still got Mookie Betts. Oh, wait. Kill me. Craig, please get something done, man. Craig, wherever you are, if you're out there, if you're watching this right now, please, for the love of God, please get something done. Oh, kill me. Anyway, but we had Juan Soto. It looks like things are kind of starting to die down now. So let's get to some super chats. Remember, Eduardo Rodriguez also going to the Diamondbacks. So here we go. Let's get to it here. Let's pull up super chats because I know we had a few. Popping on in. All right, here we go. We got 300 likes. Thank you for that, everyone. I knew we were going to be behind a lot of the streams out there. I think Jim on Ballcap was already live, so I knew we were pretty much just screwed in the algorithm at that point. But that's okay. We ended up getting over 800 people. All right, here we go. From Zach G. Pop the champagne, Robbie. Oh, my goodness. Give me all the champagne, I'll tell you. Conman752. All this for the Yankees just to finish behind the Orioles and the Rays. Hey, man. Listen, the Orioles were great last year. Can they do it again? And the Rays, what are the Rays going to look like for next year? I know the Rays are always good, But it seems like they're selling off some pieces right now. I wonder about the Rays. I don't know, the Yankees. You know you're going to have a lot of people picking the Yankees. Eric Maloney became a member. Thank you for that, Eric Maloney. Jack Strickland, $1.99. Got anything on the Cardinals? Love the stream. I haven't seen really much on the Cardinals. I know they've been brought up in Tyler Glasnow speculation. They've been brought up in Dylan Cease speculation. Haven't really heard a whole lot about the Cardinals right now. They're looking at maybe some trades. That was one thing John Mozeliak actually said. Tyler O'Neill is a trade candidate. So I would expect some kind of a move for one of their outfielders eventually. So Sean became a member for the 22nd straight month. Thank you, Sean. Sean also with a $1.99 super chat. Thank you for that. Flob, we talked about that earlier. $2 super chat. Soto protecting Judge is going to be insane. Ugh, kill me. Connor Gray, $1.99. Wish my Cardinals would do something. I mean, they've already made some moves. They're not, they're not at this level, but they have made some moves. Flob, thank you for becoming a member, my friend. It's Cola, $2 super chat. Mets will get Yamamoto. I hope not. Oh, that's the way we got to stick it to the Yankees here. We got to land Yamamoto. I got the perfect answer for Juan Soto. Go get Yamamoto, who's going to strike the crap out of Juan Soto every single time they go up against each other. That's the answer right there. It's Yamamoto. Ariel, how you doing? $1.99. The Yankees need to trade Torres and Stanton and get Candelario. Candelario would be a pretty nice fit. But yeah, Stanton right there, that is just such a logjam for them. The Harry, $1.99. What's your opinion on Chris Sale and his future? He's going to be with the Red Sox. He just has to keep himself healthy. Honestly. He just has to keep himself healthy. I don't think Chris Sale is ever going to be what he was like 2017, but even 2018. I just think if you can get like a mid-3, even to like a 4 ERA Chris Sale, but just stay healthy, that's the thing. That's the only thing with Chris Sale, and I think the Red Sox they need to add pitching. They need to add innings because you don't know what his health is going to be like. I just don't think Chris Sale is, right now, when you look at the build of Chris Sale, he needs more meat on him, man. Like, he needs to have just more on him. I just think the way his windup is, the way his mechanics are, it's a very aggressive set of mechanics, right? Very aggressive windup, and to me, I just don't know if he's going to be able to hold up, and putting a little meat on your bones, I think that's going to do something. Patman, $5. To be honest, though, the Orioles still clear the Yankees, and it's not all that close. I think the Yankees, if they get Yamamoto and they get some guys turned around, I think that's going to be pretty competitive for that division. Eric Maloney, $5. Robbie, I'm praying for you and Jim for your teams to beat up the Yankees. Oh, please. Please. Goodness gracious. Juan Soto is going to be a problem. He's going to be a problem, But, hey, let's also look at it this way. Hey, Rays fans, Blue Jays fans, Red Sox fans, Orioles fans, hey, you're going to have more opportunities to see one of the best players in the game in Juan Soto. So that's a great way to look at it, trying to spin a bright side on it, right? Going to be able to see some Juan Soto. Juan Soto at Fenway Park, that's going to be fun. It's going to be a blast, right? Everyone, think I'm going to wrap this up. I just kind of wanted to hop on. I was live earlier. I should have just stayed on, to be completely honest with you. Should have just stayed on. But what can you do? Hopefully with Ohtani, we can be first. That's the goal for me. Be first for Ohtani. That's what I'm hoping. Everyone, I'm going to get out of here. If you can on the way out, hit that like button for me. It'd be greatly appreciated. People can come back and they can watch the replay on this. Share the show. Share any of the content on the channel. Subscribe if you are new. We did get a lot of new subscribers as well. And one more time, hit that like button. And we did just get a super chat in. Mr. Mountain Dew, $2, and other winter meetings and no Twins moves. I'm sorry, Twins fans. Maybe the Twins will make a move at some point. Hey, the Twins, they've actually made some moves, man. Over the last couple of off seasons, they've definitely made some moves. And one more time, someone's telling me to check Feinsand. Okay, so yeah, he was talking about after 2 trades in 16 months, the Padres essentially dealt James Wood, Robert Hassel, C.J. Abrams, Mackenzie Gore, Jarlin Susana, and Luke Voigt for Michael King, Drew Thorpe, Johnny Brito, Randy Vasquez, and Akashioka. 214 games of Soto, 53 games of Josh Bell, and 1 NLCS appearance. Look at that. Can maybe the Padres get back to the playoffs without Juan Soto? Will the Yankees make the playoffs with Juan Soto? Looks pretty good if you ask me. Everyone, I'm out of here. Thanks for stopping by tonight, and I'll talk to you next time.